Record of Ragnarok. Ranking the gods. Record of Ragnarok. The ones that fought in the tournament to see if humanity will get wiped out or if they'll survive. So at number 7, because there were 7, 7 gods that fought, during Record of Ragnarok. Um, Number 7 is Poseidon. So he went against Kojo Sasaki. History's greatest loser is what they called him and shit. Um, Poseidon, it was in like, and that's the thing too. Poseidon had the advantage because he had all that water around him, and the human was really on the fucking back foot. Sasaki was on the back foot. However, like, playing games with water is not, and he was, and Poseidon was going in on him. He actually almost lost because of the like way the arena was set up. But then, Sasaki was like, I got this. That he used the Bollinger, and him and that girl, like, he did calls together, and he diced him up like fish food. Um, if he had fought any of the other humans, would he have done better and shit? I honestly don't think so. I think they would beat him too. Jack the Ripper would have ripped him apart. Raiden, Raiden, Tommy Ron Raiden, the guy who was a wrestler, would have smashed his fucking head in the ground. It wouldn't have been easy for them, but they would have like had him. Adam would have had him. He almost beat Zeus. But yeah, Poseidon's at number 7. But we got number 6. I got Hercules. Hercules was a human that became a god because he partook in Zeus's, like, he drank Zeus's blood, and Zeus was like, you know what, you're strong. We need you in Olympus. We need you with us. And he was like, okay, but he always remembered that he was a human being too before he became a god. So he was like, it was sad what happened to him, because he lost too. See, Hercules died and lost too, just like Poseidon did. Um, he fought against Jack the Ripper, and Jack the Ripper, um, he was stronger than Jack the Ripper, like, by far. Like, Jack the Ripper, like, I thought he was, like, before, like, watching this shit, I thought he was gonna die. Jack the Ripper was, but like, that's the thing. Jack had more, intelligence. He was more clever. He was better at using the environment to his advantage than Hercules was. He was kind of like brute forcing that shit. Um, and it was sad because he used to be a human, and the humans actually liked him. They were like, it sucks that he has to fight for the gods. That's Hercules. You know, but Hercules, was stronger than Poseidon. He showed a better showing than Poseidon did against the human he fought. That's what I think. Um, and then number 5, I have Thor. Thor from Record of Ragnarok. Thor fought in the first round against Lu Bu, a Chinese, general who, like, went around and conquered China. Um, and he used to spear, and he had a horse and all kinds of shit. Thor had, his hammer, Mjolnir, and he's from, Norse mythology. Thor, he, he kind of like, didn't go all out in this fight, um, but he had to spend some energy because he took his gloves off, and he had to unleash some of the real power within Mjolnir during that fight with Lu Bu, and he also beat Lu Bu too. Lu Bu died and other shit. Um, yeah, he's the one on the list who, like, one of the ones on the list who won. He has lightning attacks and other shit. He's durable and, well, not the most durable, but powerful. The thunder strikes and the hammer strikes and all that extra shit. Um, that's why I got Thor at number five. He would have beat other humans too, not as well as these other guys who are ahead of him. I got number four. I got Shiva. He was fighting against Tommy Moon Raiden. Raiden was a guy who was a wrestler, a sumo wrestler who won and other shit. The dude was like not even like fat like that, but he had like the greatest form and all kind of extra stuff. Um, Barely lost any like wrestling matches and other shit. His like muscles were so powerful. Um, like he couldn't, like his muscles were so strong they couldn't contain him. Like he had restraints on himself. He had the most powerful muscles of all humans. But then Shiva comes in there and he's like a god that went against all the other gods in India in fights. He had to fight all the other gods in India to like be the like head god. They were like, him and his friend Indra, or yeah, I think I don't remember who it was. I'm dumb. But he, um, him and him, they went over and they fought all these other gods. They had to, like, they went on the journey together. And they fought all these other gods and they got to the top of the mountain. And then they were like, now it's time for us to fight each other. And she was like, I don't even feel like doing that. I just feel like dancing and, living my life, just, being cool, bitches on me and other stuff. But, he was like, no, we have to like fight because we did all this shit to see who's the strongest. And now it's me and you. And then Shiva ended up winning. Shiva had a harder head and all kind of stuff. He used that head to fight against Raiden in the fifth round, and he was like, he had a hard head, like he was fucking this shit up. However, like Raiden did do some damage to him too. He like ripped his arms off and other things, and then he had to dance to the destruction. He went into that fiery form, the Dandava. And he like once he went into that form, like it was done. Like he had no chance. He like kicked his head off and everything. Um, I think that he would have been able to take on Adam and not just Adam but all the other humans too, Lubu and Jack the Ripper. He would have been able to handle those guys. Uh, None of them humans would have had a chance against him. But number three, I got Zerofuku. Zerofuku was the god of misfortune. So he used to be a loving god. He used to run around and like heal people and stuff like. Oh, it's a fun day. Let me go heal people real quick. Dun, 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 dun. But he started like healing so many people, and then people like took advantage of his kindness. And he was like, I keep healing people, but they ain't, heeding calls to what I've done. They don't respect the work I've done for them. And then hate grew. Hate grew in his heart. They forgot about him and other shit, and he was just like, I hate human beings now and other stuff. But in order to like, keep him from like destroying humanity and shit, because he became the god of unfortune after that, misfortune. But he split his body into like seven deities, um, the gods of good fortune and shit. And then like when it came time for them to fight in the round six, um, he they all had to merge together to create Zerofuku because Buddha wanted to fight for the humans and shit. Zerofuku came out and he was like, slicing shit and getting all upset because he's like, this guy I'm fighting is like powerful. He like it seems like as though he never loses and shit. This is not cool. I'm jealous of him and all kind of shit. He has all kind of hate in his heart. And he became Papias too. It was because of some other god that did some shit called Beelzebub. Um, and he was like doing research and other things on like fucking making Papias become a thing in the tournament. Papias is a demon from Helheim that like likes to run around and fuck shit up. And that's what Hades told people and shit. He's like, this guy is like powerful. He comes from a side of Helheim that like I don't go into so often and other things. And he was there and he was fighting against the Buddha, and he actually had him on the back foot for a little bit, because when he became Papias, he's like he had like no soul, like no, like he was just dark on the inside. Like Buddha was like, there's nothing here. Like he has no soul, he has nothing. He's just, fighting to destroy things and other things. It's just, there's nothing there. You know, and he, did that, and he lost, but people were like worried and shit. Like the other gods were like, well, who the fuck is that? That's not a god. That's some, monster. That's some, monster from Helheim. He like Zeus had to confirm that shit with his brother. Like, who is this guy? But then, that brings me into number two though. Zeus is at number two. Zeus fought against Adam, and he had a like good fight against Adam. He had to go into Amadeus form, I think is what it was called. He like first he bulked up and he was fighting, punching him and punching him. They had to like back and forth. Adam was basically able to copy his moves, so like Zeus had to like fight against somebody who was like mimicking his moves, and he was like not liking it. But you know, um, Adam had like limitations being a human, even with the Volander and shit. It was still not enough. Um, Zeus was, the only Greco-Roman god to win his match too. And then he went back to sit in the stands, and he was like, "Cool." He even stopped Shiva before going into round two, because Shiva was supposed to fight against him. But Zeus was like, "Hold on, man. I want to go in here and fight real quick, because that bitch over there thinks I can't do stuff. She thinks I'm just some old man that can't do shit. So I want to go show what I can do." And then he did, and he won. But he gave Adam his props and other things, and then he went back to sit down where he's supposed to. He was one of the ones that recommended that they do the tournament to, see, or well, she, or listen to Brithilda, and he was like, you know what? You can get these fighters together, but we'll win. We're the gods for a reason. You guys are like, nothing. You play games too much. Mm. And then Buddha is at number one. See, Zeus went to Buddha and he was like, we need you in round six, Buddha. You have to fight for us. And he's like, cool. I get to do something else besides eat and look at these beautiful plants. So that's cool. You're my friend, kind of, and do some things. He's like, I'll definitely fight. He's like, I'll definitely fight. But he was like, he got out there and he was like, I'll be fighting for humanity. I just feel like fighting for humanity. You know, they're like, awe. Everybody was like in awe because, he's a god and he's doing that shit. He was just like, because I felt like it. And I'm the enlightened one, and it's good. Um, they were like, this is like the gods were like, this guy's doing shit that's not right. He's like going against us and shit. They were losing their mind, and they were like, oh, Zerofuku kills his ass and shit. Then Zerofuku turned into Papias, and then they were like, this could like even get out of hand. This guy could like, after he kills Buddha, he could kill us too. But Buddha was like cool with he had the goddamn, he had the sword of like enlightenment and shit, and he he was able to call forth Zerofuku's like true inner spirit, like his like get him back to who he like originally was. He was like, you don't have to be, jealous of people anymore or any of that. You were a good person and other things, and it was messed up what they, did to you and stuff. But you gotta just, not, you know, do that. Don't look for people. Look for yourself and love yourself. And Zerofuku's like spirit came through and they like took down Papias, and then he went into the like ether or wherever, like they disappeared because Buddha had won. And then when Buddha won, he like actually tied up the tournament, I believe, having it 3-3, and he was like, I gave you a helping hand because you needed that. Y'all weren't doing that, is what he said, and he was like, he got them right. The humans and shit. That's what he did, and he was still alive afterwards and stuff. He was like bloody and other shit, but he was still there. Strength. But that's ranking the gods in Record of Ragnarok, the ones who fought in the tournament. Stay cool, corn on the corner.